Tuesday, June 11th, and I just wanted to get some notes down on something that I just listened to in the car. I was listening to, I popped on the phone, and the first thing that came up, it just like automatically plays when I plug in the phone into this car, is it'll play something from iTunes, and I've had a bunch of these advanced personal finance lessons stored on the phone. Advanced Personal Finance is a course from Ramit, and it played a lesson that I never heard before. It's the last lesson in the series, and it's about how to spend your money. And it was very interesting to listen to this lesson. Ramit was talking about how he went out to dinner with some friends, and they were talking about their honeymoons, and that's how he got the idea to do a 3-month honeymoon with Cass. And the big takeaway is that he wouldn't have thought it was possible to do a 3-month or 6-month honeymoon unless he had these conversations with these friends. And it took a trusted friend to help him think bigger. And then he talked about money dials and what are you creating wealth for? What are you working for? It's the money is just, it means the end. It's the whole point is to spend it and to shape and craft the life that you want. And so that kind of got me thinking on blank slate. If we had unlimited amount of money, what would we be spending that money on? And just a list started to develop in my head. And whether it's like living in New York City or being able to be bi-coastal and live in Los Angeles, right? Like, would we be able to do that? And what income level would it require for us to be able to have that lifestyle? Would we be able to keep our house in Albany? Do we want to keep our house in Albany? Is that something that's that we want? And I want to, I guess why I'm trying to take down all these notes is I think I have a natural inclination to think smaller and think really practical, and I think that's important. However, like Ramit said, sometimes you need someone to help show you how to think bigger, and that thinking bigger is possible in different areas of your life. And so if we wanted to, I don't know if we need to live in New York City all year round, but if we could spend a few months there, spend a few months there in the summer, spend a few months in LA, maybe in the winter, that'd be a pretty amazing lifestyle. And I think that when you force yourself to think big like that, it forces you in return to think big about how you can create more value and build a bigger business that will support that kind of lifestyle. For example, if you're just worried about covering your rent in Thailand, where it's extremely cheap, then you are not forced to grow your business beyond what you need to cover, right? If you only need to make a $500 nut every month, then you can just build a lifestyle business that only makes $600 per month. However, if you're thinking a bigger lifestyle and you're thinking about all these different things that you want, then it forces you to build a business that would accommodate that. And it's not that I think it's a little bit different than lifestyle creep. Lifestyle creep is unintentional, and soon, however much money you made before is no longer enough to support you, even though just a year ago you were getting by on that, right? So that's like lifestyle creep versus building a business to support this planned life that you have crafted that is way more intentional, and I don't think it's a byproduct of lifestyle creep. It also made me think about something that is probably more on my mind than usual. Not usual, but more on my mind than how to spend the money is legacy and the type of impact that ultimately I want to have, and how I'm going to go about doing it, whether it's through content creation or writing or doing videos or doing the family interviews, or building a local business, and how does that fit into the big picture of all this. can you build a good local business if I am not living in Albany year round? Just things to consider, and other angles to look at the same situation. So listening to that, the serendipity of coming across that lesson was very helpful, and just continuing to think about it.